Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for the 9th through the 15th. We do have a full moon in Sagittarius this week. I will have a separate reading up on the channel for that if you're interested in the astrology. Let's see for Cancer. We have Raising Winds, Magical Release, Calling Intention, and Stronghold. So calling something in, setting an intention this week. I love it actually because with calling it in, you are releasing something else or you're releasing it at the same time. So we're going to get more into that. But, yeah, it's almost like calling in the winds to release. So your intention is to release or to call something in. Let's see. All right. Shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. Stronghold. There's that. So looking beneath the surface. Okay, so there could be something that's not obvious, but it becomes obvious this week. But there's definitely that message there of, excuse me, of needing to protect yourself, of needing to shield yourself, making sure that your energy is not being tainted, is not being used, is not being taken advantage of, and making sure that it's going in the proper direction, right? It's your energy is being invested in the proper way. Let's see for Cancer. Empress, Death, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Justice, the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. There's the winds changing. That's interesting. Every time this card comes up for me, the Raising Winds, it feels like a Page of Swords. So you have that twice. What is your intention? I think your intention is to... Well, there's an intention that you're setting for the next cycle. It's, it could be financial or physical in some sense. So it could have to do with your job, your money, your house, your car, something along those lines, or health. But you're setting a cycle in motion. This could take 3 to 6 months. This cycle is going to balance out. Well, it's going to balance out a lot, but essentially what it's going to balance out is your energy. All right? So I feel like you've already set this intention. You've already called it in. There's a transition, there's a transformation. I'm going to clarify more on that first. What is this Death card about? What is this transition for Cancer? Let me ask what you're transitioning out of. 10 of Cups. Wow. Something that was supposed to be long-term, happy, go lucky, energy. Like this is like a happily ever after, a happy ending, but it wasn't. What are they transitioning to? Something about like the heart was... The heart was suffocated in that situation. You're going towards the Knight of Swords. You're transitioning to a much more realistic, logical time. I'm seeing that. Like, it's almost like you're moving from your heart, moving towards your mind. If you're weighing an option here, you're not choosing an emotional choice. You're choosing a reasonable choice, like a logical choice. You're using your mind more. You're focused on your mind, the power of the mind, the power of words, the power of communication. The Devil came up with a Knight of Swords, and that's what you're moving towards. So I feel like you're also moving towards truth because you're swallowing this truth, right? If you were moving away from something like this where it's supposed to be this happy ending, this happy scenario where, it was all rainbows and butterflies, and you're moving towards the Devil with the Knight of Swords, I feel like you're moving towards seeking the truth. That's what the winds are. That's what the intention is, to be able to swallow the truth even if it hurts. Empress. This feels like Pisces reading last week, so you could resonate with that. Ace of Wands with that Empress. Again, fresh new start, fresh new beginning, fresh new cycle awaits you. It's full of passion, it's full of fire, it's full of drive, it's full of motivation. It's an obvious choice. Like, it's an obvious new beginning. Queen of Pentacles. It's not. The High Priestess, again, it's funny because I say that, but the High Priestess is here twice. So what is hiding? What is hiding? What is the High Priestess trying to show the Cancerians? Got 2 cards here. 7 of Wands, which to me, well, hold on, the Tower, yeah, okay, there it is, yep, I was going to say, this 7 of Wands in this deck for me is very, the scary thing in the woods. So the High Priestess is trying to show you, and that's why it's shield your energy. The High Priestess is trying to show you some dark energy, trying to show you some darkness in your life that needs to be magically released, so using magic, however that means to you, and then building a stronghold. That's Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, very, very grounded, right? Very strong and firm-footed. Justice. I think that's you with that sword. Yeah, 2 of Swords going to come out. Yep, Knight of Pentacles again. Do not waver, right? Do not, two of Wands here. You're on the threshold. Again, a new cycle is waiting for you. A new cycle for much clearer air, much clearer energy. And in order to clear that energy, you gotta be willing to look at that darkness. Clear your space. Look at that. That's funny. Archangel Jophiel, which is an archangel that embodies the energy of joy. So get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, use feng shui. I mean, it's pretty clear what the message is for this week. I hope this helped. Thank you for tuning in, Cancer. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.